Hey Siri. Hi. What's up, Kitty's Chaos? Maybe I should sit on the floor because this lighting is bad. Hey, how's it going? Oh my gosh, when I tell you, I am good. I took a nap earlier, so I'm trying to stay awake because I got some stuff I'm trying to do. Send me lots of love because I'm trying to stay up for a little bit longer. You have a question, Nico? Okay, what's up? What's the question? Let me see if I can get some better lighting. What's up, y'all? What are y'all doing? Happy Friday. What's the tea? What's the word? Talk to me. Let me see if this is better lighting. Hey, y'all. What's up? What's up? It's almost midnight. Y'all, I don't know what's up with my lighting, but it's cool. I'll just talk to y'all like this. You have a crush on who? Thank you so much. You so sweet. What y'all doing? You know what? Actually, I might still go out tonight. Um, it's midnight right now. I'm not dressed or anything, but I was like, you know, I need to handle business before I do anything. His name is Devin. Okay. Does Devin like you back? What's the word? Are you calling me Grimace Mark? Uh-oh. What they say, shoot your shot. That's what you need to be doing. What's the saying? You miss 100% of the shots that you don't take? Stop playing. I'm 30. He's sending mixed signals. Oh, honey, if he's sending mixed signals, I wouldn't shoot my shot. I said shot. Shot. Ruin you. What about now? I disconnected and reconnected my Bluetooth. My sound is back. Good. Perfect. Okay. So what are y'all doing? I'm not even gonna lie to you. I said I was gonna do my budget, which I have everything laid out, but I haven't paid all my bills yet. I just have my spreadsheet. I don't know. Do y'all do this? Because I feel like it makes life so much easier when I have like a spreadsheet. I know my bills that are gonna come out. I put the dates on here and everything. It just make life so much easier. And then every time I get paid, I just pay everything at once. Okay, I'm gonna be real with you. So you said that he's sending you mixed signals, right? So like I wouldn't want to spend time with anybody or see somebody that sends me mixed signals. I don't know if that's a good idea. That doesn't sound like a good idea. You probably need to entertain somebody that doesn't send mixed signals, who's very clear. But that's just me. That's just me. Hey, we don't really talk though. Okay, so what do you mean? Like, do y'all even know each other? Is it just you just have a crush on this person? Does he even know that you exist? Did you say he sends you mixed signals? So like, is it one of those things that y'all see each other in passing and y'all don't really know each other? Oh, so you're still in school. Okay. How old are you? Add you. I don't know how to add anybody. How do you add people? 13. Oh, I remember when I was 13. I'm 30. You know what I can't stand? I really hate that YouTube is such a hater that The last time I had went live, it said that it muted part of my live because I was playing music in the background. When you're on TikTok, TikTok don't care. I don't even think Instagram really care. But YouTube, they'll take your stuff down so fast. I was 13 in 2013. Dang, when was I 13? Oh my God. Why I feel like it's so long ago? Oh, not hold on, I gotta think. I definitely wasn't 13 in 2013. Because that was when I graduated high school. I graduated high school in 2013. So in 2009, I was 13. 20. Oh, why did it feel so long ago? DJ, now you got me thinking about it. Oh, it's stressing me out. Yeah, I was 18. I had graduated from high school in 2013. He's supposed to be a freshman, but he's not saying anything. Oh, okay. Well, I hope everything work out. Hope y'all do I feel like I look like my age. I feel like I look 30. Yeah, you stressed me out, DJ. You really did. I know you ain't tried to, but you stressed me out. Cause I never sat there and just thought about it. As soon as you said 2013, I'm like, oh, I was 13 then too. No, I wasn't. I was 18. I was graduating from high school. That's when I graduated. That's crazy. Well, Kitty, I'm gonna tell you right now, take your time. You're 13. Um, if he likes you, he will definitely show it. Don't stress yourself out about it. I've had a crush before too at 13, but he's more popular. Yeah, don't overthink it. Don't overthink it at all. You got plenty of time. I'm telling you. 24 seems so young to me now. Thank you. I try to listen. I drink my water. I mind my business. I sleep. Okay, I work out. So maybe it's paying off. I get plenty of sleep. I work out 4 or 5 days a week. Heavy on the mind my business. I feel like that's what age people when they be in everybody else's business. Don't be nervous. I'm telling you right now, like you got plenty of time. You're 13. You gonna let me tell you something. You got plenty of crushes. It absolutely does. It causes too much unnecessary stress. It really does. No lie. So here's the thing. When now that I'm grown, you know all the adult drama, like family drama, um, everybody be going through like in their family or whatever. When I tell you I stay out of that, I don't care who don't like who. As long as somebody cooking and I'm invited, I do not care. I am not involved in what y'all got going on. And it's funny because now that I'm grown, they try to include me like, well, your uncle such and such. I don't care. I don't give a damn. That ain't got nothing to do with me. My uncle cook for me. He'll throw something on the grill. I don't care. Y'all beef is y'all beef. I don't have nothing to do with this. Keep me out the group chat. Stress less. I stay out of people's business. I don't care about none of that. Like my granny, and I'll tell her this to her face. I'll be telling her that I'm like, Granny, you messy. Cause I got an uncle and an auntie that live in Louisiana and they're really in the church, right? Heavy in the church. Minister, you know. So typical, I would expect you can't drink in their house. Cool, I don't care. Cause to me, I'm like, I can go up the street. It's some bars and restaurants I can go to. I just want to drink in your house when I come visit. It's not a big deal to me. My granny's so messy and she just want to complain because she got too much time on her hands. Oh, I can't stand your auntie and uncle. I don't know. You sure you want to go visit them? Yeah, I'm very sure I want to go see them. Granny, chill. And it's funny because even like cousins, other aunties, they be saying the same thing like they don't like them. They're really nice people. They just don't like the fact that they can't drink in their house. And I'm like, how y'all mad that you can't drink in somebody's house? We have way too many options, boo. Go up the street, it's bars you can go to. They just don't want you drinking in their house. So you tell me you got y'all making up this fake beef because you can't drink in somebody's house? Find somewhere else to go. As long as my uncle throw something on the grill for me, he'll take me fishing. I ain't thinking about that. I don't care about what y'all got going on. I'm not stressing about nothing. Who cares? Do you play any sports, kitties? Exactly. That's how it's supposed to be. And it's so funny because now that I'm grown, they try to put me in a mess, and I don't even be knowing what's going on half the time. I'm like, this drama started in 1972, and you want me to be involved? I have nothing to do with this. I don't know what's going on, and I don't want to know what's going on. That ain't none of my business. That's good. You should stay involved in as much stuff as you can. I kid you not. Like, I'm trying to think. I started. Well, I danced for a while. I was a part of a dance company. We did ballet, tap, West African, all that, right? So I stayed busy a lot when I was a kid. So I did dance and then I did gymnastics for a few years, played basketball. Um I stayed busy. The moment I didn't have my hands on anything, I got into so much trouble. I kid you, like stay busy. So whatever you can do at school or outside of school, like something active. It don't even have to be active, but just something productive. Stick to that. Don't have a lot of time on your hands. Explore, do something fun. Don't be like me because I had gotten into a lot of trouble. Like once I stopped doing all of that, it's like you get curious about stuff, you know? So just keep yourself busy with productive things. So I love watching football. I love watching basketball. I don't have like a favorite team or anything. I just like watching sports. But I actually went to my first Mavericks game because I'm in Dallas. So I had went to my first Mavericks game just to go, you know, because I live not too far from the stadium or whatever. So I went and it was so much fun just to go. Like I was chilling. I had a good old time. But I don't have like a favorite sport as an adult. Like I just like watching sports. My favorite flower, I love sunflowers. I love roses, just classic red roses. Yeah. Yes, it's sad because family's supposed to stay together, but our biggest kiddos. We shouldn't be so divided. Amen. That's why I just stay out of so much stuff, especially when you found your level of peace, nothing can rattle you, nothing can bother you. Like I'm so at peace. I'm so and this was intentional. You know what I mean? Like when you make up your mind that you want a level of peace and you don't want to be disturbed, nothing can rattle you anymore. So when people come to me with nonsense, I just be thinking to myself, like, why? What you telling me for? And it's not me trying to be funny or anything, but to me, majority of the time when people come with mess, it's like there's always a solution, right? But when you realize it, when you hear the drama, when you hear the mess, it be so simple. But because everybody in the situation is petty, nobody's gonna be the bigger person, so it's gonna always be something. You know what I mean? Like it be so simple, so simple. Good night. Have a good night. I hope you have a good weekend. Thank you. They definitely do. That's all it be. When you get down to it and they trying to tell you all that, like, I'm like, what? Who said who didn't do what? Like today, one of my coworkers, he was pissed because um his mom like was is the messiest one out of all of them. And long story short, like his brother is married, but the his wife, he thought that she been cheating on him, brought a man to the house and everything. And so they mom literally brought that up in a family setting with other people involved, like, well, your wife was, had another man, and it was so unnecessary and uncalled for. Nobody was even talking about that, and she just decided to bring it up. Like, that's so messy. That is so messy. It just lets you know that age is not wisdom. Age is not equal wisdom. Highly messy. Now your kids fighting because you messy. You so damn messy. Yes. Why would you bring your son's situation to a family event? Mind you, nobody was even talking about that. So she decides in her big age to bring up her son's situation at a family function unprovoked. That is so messy. And I'm so petty when I tell you I love my mama, but if my mom ever did some mess like that to me, we would not be speaking. I swear to you, I would not speak to her. Cause that is so messy. You can't even justify that. Heavy on the all of us. We know at least one person like that. Sat up there and brought that man business like that for no reason. That is so messy. And it's your own son. Mind you, he still decided to stay with his wife, which is his business, right? They got past it. If that's what he want to deal with, cool, right? He grown. But I'm sure it's a soft spot for him because he not gonna broadcast that to everybody like, oh yeah, my wife was cheating on me and she brought another man to the house. She not gonna bring that, he not gonna bring that up, but he decides to stay with his wife, so of course it's not gonna be a topic of discussion. But your own mama sitting there bringing it up for what? They love the gossip. They so messy, so messy. They be making up stuff in their head. Like my granny, it's so funny now. I love being grown because I be calling her out. I'm like, Granny, you so messy. No, I ain't. She going off. Okay, girl, if you say so. I love throwing it in their face because when I was a kid, oh, stay out of grown folks' business. You know how I go. Oh, stay out of grown folks' business. When you pay bills, when you do this. Well, your girl is paying bills on her own. Don't nobody do nothing for me. So I'ma talk. I be like, and boy, when I tell you, I tell them quick, aunties, uncles, granny, I don't care. I don't discriminate. You messy. And I tell them that to their face. That's why my granny don't be calling me like that now. I be calling them out. Don't they got time for that mess? You just need something to do. You need to find a hobby. That's what that is. Sitting up here causing a scene. You got too much damn time on your hands. And dude, that's why my granny don't. When I tell you my grandma don't be calling me back. When I tell you she do not be calling me back, she be so hurt. Like one time, y'all, I don't mind sharing this, but one time, so my aunt, she doesn't have any biological kids, right? She got all step kids, okay? So her step kids' biological mom, she wasn't there for them growing up. She had her own issues. I want to say it was drug related, or either she was on drugs, excuse me, or she was like drinking a lot, like an alcoholic. I'm not really sure. It was one of them. So anyway, so like my auntie every time the kids would make her mad, she would throw it in the kid's face like, "Oh, your mama a drunk, your mama this," making them feel bad, like, "Oh, I'll take care of you," blah blah blah. And so she was talking to me about it one time, telling me how one of the kids had made her upset. It was something simple too. It wasn't even a big deal. She going off. And so I said, "You think it was appropriate to tell a child that their mama was a crackhead to make them feel bad?" Well, do you have kids to raise? I don't need to have kids to raise to know not to talk bad about a child's parent to their face to a child. That's adult business. I know that much. I don't need to birth the child to know that. Well, you'll understand when you're a parent. So I understand to call a child's parent a crackhead to their face to justify talking to a child like that. Sure. That make it if that helps you sleep at night, girl. Sure. Okay. I love throwing it out there, like calling people out because now they know not to talk to me. And that's fine. I love it here. Like you sit here trying to justify telling your stepchildren that their mother is a crackhead and like bringing it up every time they make you upset. Oh, I do for you. I take care of you. Your mom's a crack. And it's like, you really think that that's okay? Kids remember everything. Everything. Swear to you. And she really thought I was gonna be on her side. Like, kids gonna do stuff. Kids are gonna do things that make you upset. It is what it is. But for you to sit there, first of all, it's already a traumatic experience for them because they're kids and they watch their mom go through addiction. But for you to bring it up and make them feel guilty because you take care of them, you chose their life. You chose to be a step parent. So you throwing it in their face is wild to me. You can't even justify that. Oh, well, I guess you don't understand because you don't have no kids. You're right, I don't. And I don't have to birth them to understand that that shit is wrong. I don't have to have children to know that that's wrong. So she don't talk to me about that anymore, and that's perfect. I'm glad. Don't come to me with no mess like that. Like I will call people out so quick, especially if you come to me with some nonsense. Y'all, I got so many stories I could tell y'all. Like, I have a friend that y'all, it's a whole mess. Long story short, she been dealing with this dude for like 7, 8 years, and he had a baby with one other girl during the course of their relationship, but the girl had two kids. So she has one child that's like one, and then another child that's like maybe a few months old, maybe like 3 months, right? And so she found out that he got another one. Well, he got two other kids on the way with two other women, right? And so she sent me this message and said, "Oh, these women are so dumb. He gonna always choose me, blah blah blah." And oh, he abandoned her during her pregnancy. She looks stupid. And I said, damn. I said, you feel special? I know people hate to tell me some mess because hold on. Cause now that I think about it, like I don't know why that's so funny to me. The whole time she telling me, I'm like, and you feel special? So okay, let's break down the facts. So your man had four other children with three other women, and because he still comes home, you're calling the women stupid. But not only that, but like you're making fun of the fact that they had really terrible pregnancies um because of him. So that makes you feel good? Like you sleep well at night knowing that? Okay. She stopped talking to me about it. nobody come to me with no mess. I'm telling you, I will make you see like, and I love real people. When you have real people in your life, they really make you self reflect, and I love it. It hurts, and it's not fun, but somebody that's real with you, somebody that's honest with you, they want you to see how freaking stupid you look, so you cannot make them same dumbass mistakes. Like they really want you to self reflect. Like you know how stupid that sounds, and I'd be like, damn, you actually right. You're right. You are hitting the nail on the head. Yeah, I don't believe in like I don't believe in coddling nobody. I don't believe in lying to nobody. Before the conversation even start, like you got to give me a heads up, like, hey, I'm just venting. I don't need no advice, or hey, I don't want no side comments. Okay, I'm gonna just be a listening ear. You got to tell me beforehand, because I don't like listening to no nonsense. I don't like listening to no mess. You got to tell me ahead of time. Soon as I answer that phone, you got to tell me, hey, I'm just venting. Okay, now I know to just listen. I ain't gonna say nothing. Cause if what you telling me sound crazy or stupid or silly, I'm probably gonna say something about it. I probably will. Cause I want somebody to do the same thing for me. Like if what I'm saying sound ridiculous, like if you my real friend, you would tell me, hey friend, that sounds stupid. What are you talking about? That sounds ridiculous. What are you talking about? I would let me know if I look stupid. Let me know if I sound crazy. Be real with me. I don't want no fakeness around me. Tell me. Y'all, I don't want to do this adult stuff. And on top of that, I still ain't did my taxes yet. I've been dreading it. I don't want to do it. But I'm going to try my best. I'm going to wake up in the morning, early in the morning to do my taxes. Y'all, please pray for me because when I tell you I don't want to do it, last year I ended up owing taxes, which annoyed me so bad. Luckily, it wasn't that bad. It was like $200. But, that was my first time actually having to owe something. But I was just so annoyed because I'm like, damn. I've done paid my taxes, but now I know how to do them, so I should be okay. But it's just the thought of doing my taxes that just it's not fun. I don't want to. I don't want to do no damn taxes. I don't want to do this. I don't know you. Yes, cause you can't tell me no mess. I just be, and then I really have to tell. And you know what? What's funny is I don't do it to be petty. I do it to get a clarification because I got to do a recap about our conversation. So you telling me X, Y, and Z, right? I'm just making sure I heard you right. But I feel like when you actually do that, people realize like when they hear it from somebody else's mouth how stupid it sounds. So it's like, damn, they feel attacked. But I don't be doing it to be petty. Like I really do be like, damn, this sounds so damn dumb. And I just want to recap. I just want to reiterate what you just told me to make sure that I heard you correctly. Because this shit sounds stupid. This sounds insane. You're not embarrassed when you decided to pick up that phone and call me to tell me this. You didn't think, wow, I sound really dumb. You didn't think that. So I just want to clarify and do a brief summary of what you just told me. Because I have a friend that's like me. I have another friend that's just like me. She does the same thing. And I'll get so quiet on the phone because I really be thinking like, wow, she just told me off. And, you know, I can't even say that she lying. You might be on to something. Yeah, I was stupid. Thank you. Cause she do the same thing. She'll do like a summary, like when I get done venting or saying whatever, on my mind. And then she's like, okay, I just wanna clarify. I'm not putting no words in your mouth, but you saying that you did this and you did this. I'm like, well, damn, now that you put it that way, I guess. I mean, I don't. Yes, I guess maybe I shouldn't have. Y'all, I got man. It is rare. That's why I don't believe in. I really don't believe in. Like truthfully, and we can get into it. Let's talk about it. I don't believe in coddling nobody. And you know what? I have to be honest with myself and say that it's very hard for me to be empathetic with people who make the same mistakes over and over and over again as adults. Kids, young folks, young people, it's like whatever. It may take you a little while, but eventually you'll get it. But at a big age and you doing the same thing and like you want it's so hard for me to be empathetic. Y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all something. So, true story. There's this lady from my hometown who had 5 kids, 5 of them, very young children. None of them were over the age of 5 or 6. Maybe the oldest. I think the oldest was like 6, maybe 7, right? She left the house to go pick up her boyfriend from work, allegedly. That's what she said. Left all her kids at home. All of her children, all 5 of them, were unalived in a house fire. Okay. And, I thought something was wrong with me when my first thought was, wow, she's a horrible mom. Not even gonna lie to you. That was my first thought. Everybody else were putting out these sympathy videos and, oh, don't judge a hardworking mom. And I'm thinking to myself, like, this ain't about hard work. She went to go pick up a boyfriend from work. That's what she claimed. And all 5 of her, she was gone so long that her house was damn near ashes by the time she returned. And all of her children were unalived in this house fire. So that means that you couldn't have been picking up your man from work. Because how long does it take you to pick your man up from work if he allegedly only works like 15-20 minutes away from the house? That means you were gone for a while. Your small children were in the house. So everybody was like putting out these like sympathy videos and, oh, she's such a hardworking mom and y'all are judging. Y'all don't know her situation. Um, and I swear, y'all, my first thought was she is a horrible parent. It was so hard for me to like feel bad. And you know what the gag is? That was actually her second house fire where children um passed away. That was the second time that happened to her. And we're not talking about like a 10-year-old being left at the house, 12, you know, none of your children were old enough to even care for themselves while you were gone. Literally all 5 of them were unalived in this house fire. All of them. So there was this guy, excuse me, there was this guy had made a video and he was basically saying how he don't feel bad for the mom, he feels bad for the children because they didn't ask to be here, right? And so he was basically saying like how irresponsible it is and like we can prevent things like this. Why do things like this happen? And so people were saying like he was victim blaming and they were like, oh, let's cancel him. And I'm thinking to myself, like, if if we say we don't want things like this to happen anymore, then that literally means there has to be a level of accountability had and like to prevent things like this happening. We can't do nothing with sympathy. Like, who cares? I don't care about how you feel. Your children are deceased. Like, I could care less. That was so preventable that not only was that like the sec- That wasn't even the first time that that happened. It's not even like that was a one-time thing that that happened. This was literally the second time that you have lost children in a house fire because you left the house. You left your small children at home. So it's really hard for me to wrap my mind around feeling sympathetic for you because how did you lose all your children? And people say, "Oh, that's like judgmental." No, actually, yeah, it is judgmental. Like you have a horrible judge. You have horrible judgment. So yes, I am judging because that's horrible judgment. Actually, you make horrible decisions. I don't feel bad for thinking that way because your children are unalived. You didn't even learn the first time. And me growing up, I ain't gonna hold you. Yes, my mom left me at home a couple times. It was very rarely. Like thinking about it, I don't think my mom ever really like left me at home. There was like one time where she had to pick up somebody or something. It was like some adult mess, and she didn't want me involved. She was like, "Keep this door locked. Don't open the door for nobody." And she was gone for maybe like all of 10 minutes. She literally came right back. My mom had never left me for an extended period of time or anything like that. And by that time, I think I was maybe 10, maybe 11. Hello, DJ, listen. Heavy on it. That's strange that that happened twice. That's why it was so hard for me to feel sorry or have empathy because I'm like, how you lose all your children to a house fire because you decided to leave the house, and she tried to make it seem like she was only gone for 15, 20 minutes. But my thing is this, you were gone so long that the um the first responders or like the police were trying to get in contact of the house owner, right? That means for them to come on scene, firefighters to get there, police to be there, for them to have to find your information to contact you, that means that you were gone a lot longer than what you claim. And I can bring it up because what really was on my mind was that she was tired of being a mom, allegedly. And that's your way of getting rid of them. I don't know. That's just a thought that's in my head. DJ, let me listen. You might tell a joke, but you ain't lying. Really don't deserve a kiss sound like she wants it. I'm telling you, I swear to you, that was my first thought because most people will understand the first one, right? You lost your kids. Most people understand, be empathetic, feel sorry. Like you lost your kids. Like, of course, it's hard, right? That happened twice. You were gone long enough. Like I can't reiterate this enough. You were gone so long that the police had to figure out who the homeowner was to contact you to come home to see like they were trying to see like um if you were there, like if she had passed away in the house fire or whatever. But some of the neighbors were saying that they had saw somebody leave earlier, but they didn't see them like come back, right? So what I'm saying is, you saying that your quick little 10, 15, 20-minute drive to pick up your boyfriend, but for them to have to go through all the steps of trying to contact the homeowner says that you were absolutely gone longer than 20 minutes. You were trying to get rid of your kids, allegedly. That's my theory. Because there's no way that that happens twice. She wants to. My theory is that she wants to be in those streets. She was tired of being a mom, and so each time it's like, and then especially the second time, you got away with it the first time. You got away with it the first time. So it's like, oh well, I don't feel like being a mom anymore. So off y'all go. Because how did that happen twice? And you weren't home. It's not like you were home and oh, I was trying to get my kids out of the fire and I just couldn't do it. Understandable. I mean, whatever. But you weren't home neither time. I don't know. It's just my theory. Some people absolutely do not deserve children. You think money was involved, DJ? I would say so. It's just a coincidence that you weren't home either time. And it wasn't like a quick, oh, I went up the street. You were going long enough for them to try to, like, literally trying to find your information to contact you. That's more than 20 minutes. Oh, excuse me. The house, the house had to be up in flames by the time somebody even called, you know what I'm saying? 911. Them calling 911, the house is on fire. Them being like, who in the house? Trying to figure it out who's in there. Then having to look up the information to figure out who even owns the home, then try to get in contact with them. You still weren't on the scene. And we talking about twice. I don't either. And like my mom, growing up, I can say that my mom, thank God for my mom because she always had this mindset of like nobody was left alone with me, like a boyfriend or anything. Nobody babysat me. If anybody babysat me, it was my babysitter. It was the daycare. It was grandma, my aunt. I kid you not, like I didn't start meeting like a boyfriend until I was older. And even then they wouldn't really be there, like at the house. You said it seems. No, seriously. Cause you can't tell me that that happened twice, and it's not like you was at home either time. It's so hard for me to wrap my mind around the fact that that just so happened to happen twice, and you weren't home. And mind you, this is late at night when this is happening. It's not like during the day. It's late at night. You want to be in them streets, and that's what it was. You wanted to be outside. You wanted to be young, wild, and free. You didn't want to be a parent anymore. So yeah, you got away with it the first time. So it's like, well, I'm gonna do it again. And she's young enough to have more children because she was only 31, 32 when she lost the second set of children. Yes, I can't even imagine what them kids went through. They were small kids. And then the youngest was either, the youngest wasn't even a year old. The youngest was maybe like 9 or 8 months. So you leave a 7 or a 6 year old to take care of a 9 month old, a 8 month old. Okay, it needs to be mandatory. Like that needs to be court ordered that the mugs need to be tied. Do you hear me? Burned, removed. She young enough to make some more because she didn't go to jail. She didn't get any type of no repercussions whatsoever. It was just everybody had a think piece on like, oh, let's donate to her because oh she lost all her babies at her own fault. Donate to her for what? She did it. It was her fault. What are we starting to GoFundMe for her for? She did it. Like you did it twice. What are we donating for to her? It absolutely needs to be court ordered that they be tied. Like there's no way. I think she's because this happened maybe 2 years ago, maybe three. And I want to say she was 31, 32 at the time. But she's definitely still in childbearing years. So if she decides to want to have another one, she absolutely could. And that's so scary to me because you literally lost all your children. You lost all of them for something that was preventable. And I don't even remember how many children she had the first time, but I know it was multiple. It was at least two. It was at least two. So you lost at least seven, because you wanted to be outside. This wild to me. Like I said, I feel bad for the children more than I do her because they didn't ask to be here. They are innocent. They, are fully dependent upon you. So whatever happens, you are 100% responsible for. So it's really hard to feel sorry for an adult who continues to make horrible decisions, especially when it affects kids who didn't ask to be here. Like it's so hard for me. I used to always think something was wrong with me, y'all. Like because it's so hard for me to wrap my mind around like having empathy for someone making poor decisions that affects other people, but not only other people but children. So hard for me to have empathy. Very difficult. It's one thing if it's like an honest mistake, it's one thing for that. Okay, cool. But for that to happen twice, how? And actually, I was friends with this one girl. We grew up together and we actually haven't talked since, y'all. But there was a lady that she had a disabled son. He was fully like he was basically vegetable state. And she was tired of taking care of him, like she was overwhelmed, which I think anybody would be overwhelmed. Like that's a lot of work. That's 24-hour care. But she didn't drop him off at like a hospital or anything. Well, I take that back. She did, but she left him outside. Like she didn't take him inside the hospital. She left him outside. And so they found out who his mom was and she ended up going to jail. And so my friend was like, "Oh, that's horrible that you know, they um are holding her accountable for being an exhausted mom and um but my thing is nobody's saying that you aren't allowed to be exhausted. She didn't take the baby to a safe spot. She didn't take the child to a safe spot. That's why she's being dragged. And rightfully so. I mean, I would expect to go to jail if I left my child outside who was a freaking vegetable. But that's just me. I don't know. I kind of expect accountability. I don't know. She really tried to go back and forth with me about that. Like, she real life stopped talking to me because I said that. Like, because I said I don't feel sorry for her for going to jail. Because that's neglect. She didn't even take him inside to where like an entranceway or anything where people would notice, like a nurse would notice. Not even like the front entrance. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like people don't have a choice but to see him. She dropped him off near the hospital, but it wasn't a place where a common area where people would see him. They just so happened to find him eventually. And then like when they watched the video footage or whatever, then they noticed like how they knew how long he had been out there. He'd been outside. He was outside for a while. So I'm like, I don't feel sorry for her like hell. And then on top of that, if being a mom to a disabled child is so difficult, she had three more children after him. So it's like again, where's the accountability, y'all? Like I don't it blows me because I would imagine a child that needs 24-hour care is a lot, okay? And I actually used to work at a children's home health care agency. And so there were a lot of children who were on ventilators. And those parents, even when they had a nurse, somebody there, they were stressed the hell out. Like they constantly checking their babies too. They constantly checking the monitors. They constantly like they quitting their jobs because they can't work because they don't feel comfortable. They don't feel comfortable, right? So I couldn't imagine being like, oh my God, this is so hard. And then sit there and create like three more children after that. I couldn't imagine because it was already hard with that child that needs the 24-hour care. So how can you tend to, you know, three more children actually meet their needs when this one child needs 24-hour care. Like there's no slacking. There's no break. Like you can't take a break. So she actually like me and this friend, like we literally, and it wasn't even a heated discussion or anything. She just felt like she was saying like, "Oh, you're victim blaming," and I'm like, "What victim? The only victim was the child that was left outside. The victim was the child that was left outside." I don't understand like what you're not understanding. And then it cracks me up too when people are like, "Well, do you have children?" First of all, I was a child once before. Secondly, you don't have to birth a child to understand what's right and wrong. Why do you why does birthing a child mean that you're an expert on having children? That just lets us know that your reproductive organs work. Like that doesn't make you an expert in childcare and the well-being of children. A lot of people have kids, so why couldn't you just ask for help or a home caregiver? Exactly. Hell, I would even accept if you dropped the child off at the fire station or dropped him off inside of the hospital. You left him outside. You left him outside. Like there's no hello logic over feelings. It when I tell you I used to always think because I always would think like this as a kid, and I would always think that something was wrong with me because I'm like, damn, is something wrong with me that I don't feel sorry? But now that I'm grown and you listen, you're gonna suffer the consequences of your actions. And thank God that I have parents that made me understand that at a very young age. Like they did not play. And so it translated into my adulthood. So like I understand not to do certain things. But it's so funny because people think, like, especially when you speak on kids, their first thing is, oh, well, do you have kids? Why do I have to birth a child to know that something is wrong? I know when something is wrong. And secondly, I was a child before. So just thinking of my old child self, no, I would not be okay with it. Or I know that that's not right. I don't have to, and that doesn't like I don't know if people think that that just automatically makes them like expert in child raising just because they had one. There's a lot of kids that grew up but were not raised. They grew up but they were not raised. So people think like, oh, well, I have kids, but that doesn't mean that you raised them. You get what I'm saying? Like I know plenty of people that grew up but were not raised. Or when people be like, "But what if it was you?" Hell, I would expect to go to jail if I left a damn child outside. Like, I don't know if it was me. Like, I would expect to get locked up. I don't know. Like, it doesn't change how I feel about it just because it's me. It's just not right, and I would know not to do that. And just like you said, why she didn't ask for help or a home caregiver? Because I think the average person will understand that that is a lot of work to care for somebody that needs 24-hour care. I think most people understand that that probably would drive you crazy, even if it's your own child. You probably not sleeping. You constantly watching their monitors, making sure their tubes are, connected correctly. It looks intimidating. Like when those kids are connected to all those tubes and all that equipment and stuff, it looks very intimidating and it's scary. I don't know if my live is gonna cut off because I think they have like an hour limit. I don't know. I'm about to see. Hold on, because I've been on here for an hour. Let's see. I'm gonna hop right back on. Oh nope, nope, it didn't. I thought it had like a 60-minute limit. Please, why would my child be outside? Literally, why would they be outside? Why would that child be outside? That's crazy. That's insane. Moral story is like I'm not afraid of accountability. And so certain situations or certain things like I just won't participate in because if I know it don't sound right, then I just won't participate. I just won't participate. Like when you understand consequences of actions, like not to do certain things. You be like, oh hell no, I'm not doing that. No way, Jose. I'm not doing that. So people be like, well, what if it was you? Well, in the rare case that it was me, bitch, I would expect to be held accountable. That wouldn't surprise me. Would I be happy about it? No, but it wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me at all. Like, I be y'all. Even though I mind my business, I still be lurking real bad, y'all. Especially if I'm bored, if I have some time on my hands. When I be listening to the TikTok drama, I don't know if y'all heard about the girl. Well, not the girl, but the woman. I think she's 32 or 33, and she flew herself out to this guy because she thought he was a trick. Didn't even know him. Never knew him. Didn't know him from a can of paint. Flew herself out, and she thought he was a trick because he looked like he had money, like on his Instagram or whatever. She thought that he had all this money, and she got played, right? And so, let me tell you something. The people were eating her up in the comments because she tried to lie on this man and say that oh he flew her out and saying all this stuff, right? And so he had pulled out the receipts. That's why you got to be careful about putting certain information out there online on the internet because if you don't dot your i's and cross your t's, you will get dragged. Like people will remind you how stupid you look. And so dude had pulled out all the receipts and was like, girl, I didn't fly you out. You flew yourself out. And secondly, I stopped answering your phone calls and your text messages. And you still decided to come out here. And she did. Yes, TikTok drama be having you feel like you right there. I swear, I be feeling like you on FaceTime with the person. Like you feel like you really in it. But yeah, homegirl flew herself out to this dude to in it. She flew to Atlanta. Well, first of all, before then, so she was talking to him and she basically she played herself basically because she was trying to play him, right? Because she like, oh, he look like a trick, like he got all this money, oh he got all these watches and he got this property, oh I know he got money. She was gonna, get some money out of him. So she decides to fly herself out there. But before she flew herself out there, they had got on FaceTime. And so she said that he was real dry when they was on FaceTime. He explained that he was dry because she didn't look like her pictures or her videos. He felt like she was a catfish, so he was no longer interested, right? And um, so he started curving her. So instead of telling her like, "Oh, I'm not interested anymore," or I don't want to see you, he just kind of like backed off, and was hoping that she would eventually go away. But she was still going hard, trying to see this man because she thought she had hit a lick. She thought she got her dude with some money, and she was gonna finesse her way into his pockets. And so she played her whole self because not only did she not see this man when she went to Atlanta, she got her hotel room and she never saw him. He never like bought her flight back home, nothing. She went out there for no reason. How embarrassing. And so he had pulled out them receipts because she tried to make it seem like, oh, she was finessing him or something. Man, when I tell you he pulled out them receipts and was like, girl, ain't nobody fly you out. And she was offering all type of sexual favors and everything. Didn't even know this man from a can of paint. They weren't even talking that long. And so she tried to defend herself. My thing is this: sometimes you just gotta take your L. Sometimes I'm telling you right now, after everybody would have like got done dragging me, I swear to you, my next video would have been a makeup tutorial. I would have acted like that never happened. Sometimes you just gotta take your L, be like, ooh, my bad. Let me just I'm gonna just act like that didn't happen. When I tell you my next video would have been a vlog, a makeup tutorial, something, I would have just pretended like that never happened. She kept trying to explain herself. Like, it's so embarrassing. I'm telling you, that TikTok drama had you thinking that you really there. Like, it's this girl right now exposing Future. I've got her name, Beauty Doll or something like that. And it's so funny because Future, he keeps saying he don't know her, right? But he keep every time she called this man, and as soon as he answered the phone, he like screaming in the phone, I don't know you, I don't know you, like hollering in the phone. And it's so funny because I'm like, dude, you don't know this girl, but you keep following her, you keep answering her phone calls and texts and stuff like that. You know this woman. But that TikTok drama, boy, it's always some on TikTok. And guess what? I'm watching. I'm gonna watch. That's one thing I will do. I'll mind my business, but I will watch. If I got a little time on my hands, don't let me have a little time on my hands. Y'all, I'm so sad because my rent went up. No. Oh my God. First of all, let me just say this. People be acting like they hate Peach, but let me tell you something. She is a freaking genius because no matter what people say, they still be tuned in. No matter what, they still be tuned in. And I know I do. I don't talk crazy about Peach because I love how she be let me don't get me started. Cause I was just watching she was actually on live yesterday. And so she was talking about how much money she made from either TikTok, YouTube, one of them. But anyway, she said all her YouTube channels are monetized. She's making all this money from TikTok. And then every time she had drama with her husband, her numbers go up. Peach gonna have you, man. She gonna have you drawn in. I don't care what nobody say. And I just started following her the other day, on TikTok. But to let you know how relevant she is, her stuff was popping up all the time, and I wasn't even following her. And I was tuning in. Didn't even press the follow button. Now I did the other day. I think she went live yesterday or the day before. I did press that follow button because I love me some Peach. I really like watching her. No matter what people say, she is funny. I love when she be talking. She be talking crazy, especially the last drama with her husband, and she was like telling how she had found a condom in the back seat or whatever. Peach something else, boy. I love me some Peach. You gonna make me watch some of her videos. I'm gonna watch her videos. I love me some Peach. Oh my God, it's first of the month. Rent due. Oh my God. Talk about a horror film. I don't think there's anybody else that I really watch for real, like on a regular basis. Definitely Peach. And it's crazy because I wasn't even following her. Wasn't even following that woman. But yeah, her stuff was always popping up on my timeline. And I was tuning in for sure. He tried to blame her for it, and I just said, "No, for real. No, did you see that video? I don't. Okay, so I know when they was in the bed and he was laughing in her face. Boy, Peach was hurt. Like she was so hurt. Bless her heart. Like she was so she was so hurt. But she gon' let me tell you something. She not gonna stop pressing record. She said I might as well make a bag off my hurt. She said I might as well make a bag off this because people gonna tune in. She know people love drama. He sat out there and tried to blame that woman. And then when they was in the bed talking about it, he was laughing in her face. And then I want to say either last week or a couple weeks ago, she had made a video and she said that she hate her husband. Like she tried to console him because he had lost two family members, like I think like an uncle and a cousin or something within like a couple weeks span. And so she had made a video and was like, "Oh, it's so hard for me to empathize with my husband because I really hate him." Don't it don't matter what people say. She's so real for that because she gonna have you watching. She that lady is hilarious. I hate that my I have really tiny ears, and so it's hard for my earbuds, my AirPods to stay in, y'all. So I keep trying to keep them in, and I can't. My ears are so tiny. I have really little ears. I gotta like shove them in there. He sat up there and tried to blame her. Yeah, I'm sad about paying this rent. And then the way that my place do it, they don't tell you how much you owe until after. Well, not after, excuse me. They don't tell you how much you owe until the first. Like, ain't no, oh, you get to see your thing, nothing, because all our utilities are included. And so, obviously, like your utilities vary, so you don't know the exact amount. So that annoys me because you don't know anything until the first. She is, but I feel like she's gonna be right back. Every time she love to say she gonna leave her some wood. She ain't going nowhere. And then on top of that, y'all got all them damn kids, girl. Just stay where you at. Y'all work it out. Just stay where you at. I'm sure somebody else will accept her with all them kids, I guess. But it's just like y'all done made it this far. They just had twins. Like, she not going nowhere. Exactly. And you know what? I think that people have put in complaints about it, them doing that waiting till the first. Because for a while they was actually doing it a little early, maybe like maybe a week early or whatever, so you can see. But they went right back to the first. You literally cannot see your bill until the first. You have no idea how much you owe until the first. I don't even think they do midnight. Hold on, let me check and see if they put it on here. Let me see. Let me check my email. We're gonna verify. Hold on, let me see. They say my wireless bill ready. Hold on. My phone bill say it's ready. Hold on. It say your utility statement is ready. Okay, let's see. So it's saying that my utility bill isn't due until the 16th. But every time, like if I get a bill, that's one thing I don't slack on is paying rent. No matter what, I'll slack on if thankfully like I never have to, thank God. But if I had to slack on anything, it definitely would not be rent. I don't know if you watch this man named Othniel, but he do evictions, and I like watching his videos on YouTube. You should try to look at because it be some crazy evictions, man. My thing is when people have the same story every single time, they be like, Oh, I didn't know. I didn't get no notice. Let me tell you something. Most landlords don't want to go through the eviction process. They hate because it's not cheap. Number one, number two, the process is it's a long process. It's not no like quick fix. So when people be like, "Oh, I didn't get no notice," but you know that you didn't pay your rent. You know you haven't been paying your rent. If y'all can tap the screen for me, tap the screen for me. Show me some love. But yeah, like you know you haven't been paying your rent for a few months. So I would expect somebody to be at my door telling me I gotta get out, that I gotta get my walking papers. But they're like, oh, I didn't get no notice and I went to court, but they told me they didn't tell me that I had to leave. They didn't tell me like that I got an eviction. But my thing is you knew that you didn't pay rent for 3, 4 months. It's not a secret that you will get kicked out. But yeah, I'll be watching those, and when I tell you those be motivation to keep my shit together, to make sure that I'm no matter what, like if anything were to ever happen to where like I couldn't afford a lot of my bills, one thing that I will not ever slack on is paying rent. Like they actually had, and I don't know if like every state is different or whatever, but I know some counties have rent relief. So if you do lose a job or whatever, if the resources are there, if they have the money, you can um you can at least apply. You may not get approved, but at least you tried. They may not pay 100% of it, but maybe partial or half or something. Hell, that's better than not or whatever. But I remember when I wasn't working during the pandemic, not only could you not get a job, but it was just hard. It was just a lot. And it's crazy because I actually did very well during that time, which is crazy looking back on it. Like I didn't even need um any help with anything. I didn't need help with anything. Now my utility bill is on here, but I do not see. Hold on, actually, let me log in real quick. I'm gonna log in and see if they put it on here. But yeah, they wait until the first. It's still not on here. It's still not on here. So yeah, they wait until the first, and I guess whatever time they decide to put it on there, to show you that your bill is due for rent and your utilities. But it's so annoying because like since utilities vary, you don't know how much you owe exactly, like exact amount. Luckily, it doesn't really affect me that much because it's like, I mean, I have some flexibility, but it's just for the people that don't, like, I just be wondering, like, damn, you almost gotta guess, or you gotta make sure that you don't use the heat, because you low, your budget is, you don't have a lot of flexibility in your budget or whatever. But my place, they wait until the first, and I don't even think they have a set time to where they decide to like you know give you your bill. I think they just do it whenever they feel like it during that day. So I don't know. Excuse me. I'm gonna try to stay up. I was gonna try to wake up early in the morning and do my taxes, but I don't know, y'all. I might try to thug it out tonight. I've been saying I'm gonna do my taxes for the past 3 weeks. Nah, I'm just playing. No, I need to be fully rested before I do my damn taxes. I'm not trying to do nothing wrong. I'm not trying to do nothing wrong. Let me make sure I get my rest so I can do these taxes. I feel like I be on go all the time, y'all. Like, so okay, I'm gonna just give you the rundown. So I normally get up 5 o'clock, 5, 5:30, go to the gym or go for a walk, whichever one I feel like doing that day. But most of the time, I try to go to the gym or do like an at home workout. I'll do something, right? I work out. And so then I go to work. I get to work around 7:15. And then when I get off, I'm posting content. So I'm checking messages. I'm responding to messages, DMs, posting content. I try to post clips every day, editing videos, and then do like my little housework or whatever. I try to do a little bit of cleaning every single day so that way I never really have to do like major cleaning. Um so that does make it easier doing a little bit every day. Like one thing that I hate doing is laundry. I cannot stand doing laundry. So I'll do a little bit at a time. People know when they rent due, that's the crazy part. They just don't be want to. Hello, they don't be wanting to leave. They think they can, and then they really be shocked when old dudes show up. But I think you would like his channel. It's Othniel. I think I'm saying it right. Othniel. Hold on, let me see if I can pull it up on my tablet. But I like watching him because he's very professional. Like he don't talk to these people crazy, and they be disrespecting the hell out of him, and he be so respectful. But I mean, it's not an easy way to tell somebody like you got to get out. Nobody's gonna take that well. People are insane. Before I even show you Othniel, people are insane. So I looking at my notifications, right? And the first thing that popped up, I had did a review on a Filipino restaurant. And so the first thing that I see, the first notification that I see, you see that Queen Steph, whoever she is, during Black History Month, because I had did a review for a Filipino restaurant. It never, especially with me growing my platforms now, nothing surprises me anymore. Like people saying stuff to you. And so you see it. Okay. And the gag is it was a job. It was a job. I got paid to do that. That's why it's so important to mind a business that pays you. Let me show you Othniel. Penn, that's his last name. Penn. I think you're like, dang, I thought I was subscribed. Hold on, let me subscribe. I feel bad because I've been watching his videos and I haven't subscribed yet. Hold on. That's him. Othniel. Can you see? And he's so funny. He is hilarious. It was this one girl getting evicted out of her place. And so he was taking his pictures like they supposed to, taking pictures of the property. And this dude, what? No, I take it back. The girl was on the phone at him from the thumbnail. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. He was in with Ruby. Yes. So long story short, it was this girl that was getting evicted out of her apartment. So she had called her dad and she had her dad on FaceTime. So O'Neal, he walking around the apartment taking pictures of it like he's supposed to. And so her her dad is on the phone yelling and screaming, cussing, going all off. And so O'Neal was like, he doing all that hollering, but ain't help you pay your rent. So then the girl was talking to her dad, and so she was he's an officer of the court. That's what he called himself. That's what that's his title. So all the daddy heard was officer. So he probably was thinking like, oh, a police officer or something like that. So the girl wasn't explaining it correctly to her dad, like, oh, this officer is here, blah blah blah. So he was like, let me see who in your house. She turned the camera around. That ain't no effing officer. That's a scammer. Your daughter ain't been paying her rent. Let's stop. Like, come on now. And he was like, since you think I'm pump faking, you're gonna notice from the judge. Call the judge, call the court. Trying to say that he was fake. Baby, them people be so rude. Like, but yeah, she was on the phone with her dad while she was getting evicted, and dad was cussing, yelling, screaming, going all off, and he like, you ain't no officer, blah blah blah, and he like, you doing all that hollering, and your daughter getting evicted. He need to be sending you money so you ain't got to get evicted. He go your papers. You know, he showing the paper and everything from the judge. He like, you want to see the paper? You want to see the judge order? You want to call the court? Y'all know y'all ain't paying y'all rent. That eventually will be hurting people hard. We wrong as hell, but we still gonna argue. And still, are you from Texas? I'm from St. Louis. Where are you from? I actually need to um I actually need to edit and post some clips. I have so much stuff that I need to do, but I feel like my days be so long because I start so early. I start at 5 a.m. I work out before work. Get to work. I usually get to work around 7:15. Get off around 4:15, 4:30, depending on what I gotta do. And then I focus on like responding to comments and editing content and posting for about an hour and a half, maybe two, depending. And then of course I do like my little housework, and then I like to read. I haven't read in a couple weeks because I had went on vacation, and I feel like my schedule has been thrown off ever since I came back from vacation because I was on vacation for about 2 weeks. Um, but anyway, getting myself back on schedule was so it actually wasn't that bad. I think the main thing for me was like I felt kind of behind on getting stuff done because I wasn't really able to post content. And so I'm like, okay, I got to get my momentum back up. I got to like, engage and, engage with other creators and, people that's commenting and stuff like that. And so I feel like I was playing a little catch up, but I feel like I'm back on track. But I want to get back on my reading because I haven't read in a couple weeks. I love to read, but it was just hard to like get back. Not really hard, but just get where I feel my baseline. If you get what I'm saying. And so I'll probably wake up in the morning and read a little bit, maybe for like an hour. But before I do that, I'm gonna try to do my taxes. I'm gonna try to do my taxes. Sure don't want to. But I'm really proud of myself because when I first started my channel, so I've had this channel for a really long time, but I didn't um I had deleted all my old videos because I used to do meditation, I am affirmation videos, which is great. I still have it on my Spotify. I just don't have it on my YouTube channel anymore because I wanted to go in a different direction. I wanted to do more podcasts, like actually speaking videos, interviewing, stuff like that, engaging more. And so when I first started it, I wasn't very consistent. It was like I posted my first video and then I didn't post my second one until like a month later, which isn't horrible, but it wasn't as consistent as I wanted to be. Then like a couple months later, right? So what I've been doing now every month at the end of the month or at the very beginning of the month, I write down all my goals for the month. So my personal goals and my professional goals. I write everything down. And so what I do is um I like to excuse me. I like to what was I saying? Oh, so I have my goals for the month. So I'll review my goals for the previous month. Did I reach all my goals? What can I do better next time? And that really helps me to stay on track, to hold myself accountable, to to write out a new plan if something doesn't work, go back to the drawing board and write my new goals for the new month. And it holds me so accountable. Just doing that for 20, 30 minutes makes a huge difference to me because it makes the vision so clear as to where I'm going, where I want to go, that I have no excuse. Like I know where I want to go, I know how to get there. This is the game plan. And it just feels so good to be so serious about yourself and your goals and to not play about yourself. And so I do that every month. And I haven't done my March ones yet. Um but I do need to review February. Actually, let me see if I can pull it up. I'm gonna show you. Mm-mm. So actually, another thing that I did was I added a yearly goal. Um, let me see. Hold on. Actually, so I kind of broke it down in segments now. So I have like a savings goal. So I just put like just general, like, oh, this is how much I want to have in my emergency fund. This is how long it's gonna take me to put X amount in my savings, my emergency fund. This is how much I want to put into a high yield savings account, how much I want to save for a down payment for a house, investment, all that stuff. So it definitely helps hold me accountable, and I like doing it this way. I'm trying to see where are my general goals at. I don't see it. Where's my spreadsheet? This is my yearly goals. I'm from Delaware. How was your vacation? What did you visit to? It definitely do. It definitely do. I can't stand doing taxes. Just hand me my money. Okay. Thank you so much. I have not been to Delaware. No, it wasn't hard at all. It wasn't hard at all. And you don't have to put a whole lot in either to start one. Nope, it wasn't hard at all. I know some banks are um like you have to have like a minimum or whatever, but mine doesn't. And so I just started it. But I did take a little time to figure out who I wanted to bank with to see who had like the better rates and stuff. My vacation was great actually. So I went on a cruise. It was a 5-day cruise. Went to the Bahamas and Mexico, and it was a lot of fun. It was great. And not only that, but I actually stayed in Miami for a few days because our port was in Miami. So we stayed in Miami for like a day before our trip. And then after we came back from the cruise, then we stayed in Miami for about 3 or 4 days. So that was fun. It was so much fun. The Bahamas was absolutely beautiful. The weather, the water was clear, the food was good. So the people that actually worked on the island, they were telling us because we were asking like, well, we want to eat y'all native food. Like y'all seem like y'all got some good food. And so they was explaining to us like, nah, they don't serve like what we normally eat, like conch. What is it? Conch salad? Conch? Oh, I feel bad because I feel like I'm saying it wrong. Conch salad? Basically all the fresh fish and fresh seafood, right? Like all these fresh dishes. So they said, well, the cruise line, they own the island that we work on, but their island that they live on, they gotta take a boat to work every day or whatever. And so they said they don't serve the food on our island here. And I'm like, damn, that sucks. But yeah. But other than that, like the food was decent. So I went on Caribbean, Royal Caribbean cruises. I want to try a different cruise line. I heard Carnival was really fun. I want to try more upscale ones too. I want to get a vibe from all of them. You know, like different, like the different. Ooh, snap! I almost dropped my iPad. But I wanna, I wanna kind of explore all the different cruise lines. Um, I want to do Virgin Voyages because that's an adult only one. I want to do Norwegian. What's the other one? It's either MRC or MSC. MRC, MSC. One of them where it's like it's expensive, but it's like a luxury type of cruise. Would this be a first one? Ooh, it's an 8 day. Yes, but you have to book excursion around the island to really be able to eat. Yeah, so we only booked one excursion because I just wanted to chill on the beach. I really didn't want to do a whole lot. I just wanted to chill, enjoy the moment, because being on a cruise, you only gonna be there from like 8 to 5, right? So I'm like, I don't want to book like full day of excursions because I want to enjoy the day. But I hope you have an amazing time in Aruba. I haven't been to Aruba yet, and yes, that was my first one. Bonner and Carousel. I hope you have an amazing time. Where's your port? Where are you leaving from? Is this your first cruise? Oh hell, I couldn't find my thing. So here's my list of goals. So like this is how I do. So I'll just write down, and then I have a separate one for my personal goals. But this is just like all my social media platforms. It just helped me have like a clear vision of where I want to go. And so yeah, I just go over it for 30 minutes, review it. Did I reach the goal? And it's crazy because looking at this list, I've literally reached every single goal, all of it, surpassed them actually, which makes me feel really good. It makes me feel really good. It's in Miami. I'll be one night. Okay, this is my first. Yes, this will be your fourth. Okay, so do you normally do the same? Do you normally do the same cruise line? And also, do you ever get seasick? Because I kept my seasick patches on, and I feel like I got a little bit of seasickness, not like the typical nausea and stuff. I had a headache. I had a headache. Now I started wearing my seasick patches before I got on the cruise, and so I didn't get the nausea. So the medicine could kick in, but the only thing that I got was I had a headache that first day. It was really bad. And I can honestly say I feel like that was like a form of seasickness for me, like getting my sea legs. I hope you have a great time. Have you been to Miami? How did you, oh, excuse me, how did you scratch your cornea? I definitely want to start doing day in the life vlogs. Right now, I'm kind of on my review kick. Um, but I'm just testing out some stuff to see like how helpful they are to people, like doing reviews, vlogs, get ready with me, story time, just trying to test out, what I feel most comfortable with, still trying to figure that out. But I definitely still want to continue to do my actual podcast, like interviewing, and that's something that I really enjoy doing. Oh, and also, so there's actually this social club that I want to join. Okay, so hear me out. Hear me out. So there's this social club, and it's about 200. I forgot. I gotta look at it. I want to say it's 250 a month. And so I had to think about it because number one, they don't just let you cancel. It's like you got to pay a cancellation fee. It's like basically what I'm saying is if you join, right? So I host events too. So I was thinking joining would be a good idea because number one, you get half off all of the venues. They have like four different venues. The place is like a high rise, beautiful view of the city. It's the perfect place to host an event. Lots of parking, very convenient. You ain't got to do all the decorating. So if I hosted an event, I would get half off the venue, and you know. But the only thing is, you got to buy their food if you host like an event. Now their conference rooms, I can get real creative because they have conference rooms that hold 20, 30, 40 people. You can book those for an event and you can use those for free, right? Which is great. But the only thing is, you got to buy their food, which really isn't that bad because if you think about it, by the time you get done buying food for an event, it's whatever. But since I'm waiving the cost of the actual venue, it's still not a bad deal because I'm paying with it with my monthly membership. And so I've been trying to debate if I want to fully join. And I don't know if it's because it feels intimidating to me, but I'm gonna keep it real with you. It's a lot of very prominent people in the community that are members of this place. You know, whatever field that you can think of, whether like real estate, medical, pro basketball, pro football, like all these professional athletes and designers and, you know, celebrity makeup artists and stuff like that. And so I've been debating because I'm like, oh my God, this feels so intimidating. But then also, bitch, you plan on being in these rooms with these people. So make it look like fake it till you make it is where I'm at right now. And it's not that I'm not confident in my craft. It's more so like well, let me not say you, but for me, it just feels a little overwhelming. But at the same time, I won't know until I get my feet wet. You know, I don't know if that makes sense. But I actually went to a celebrity designers fashion show last weekend and it was great. It was a lot of people there. Um a lot of people like prominent figures, pro athletes, judges, makeup artists, designers, like literally everybody was in the building. It was a great experience. Swimming on it. Oh my gosh. You sat up there and poked your corn. Oh, and see, I hate doing something with my eyes. Sometimes you know how like you rub your eye too hard and you get that scratch feeling or whatever. Like you can still see, but it's painful when you blink. So I can imagine just doing that. Like I would be so annoyed because I don't know if I'll be able to enjoy my vacation. Take the risk if it makes you uncomfortable. It takes you to... Yeah, you're right. So I'm trying not to. It's definitely a good investment. I will say that. I definitely think that it's worth it. So the membership comes with. So they have like 2 or 3 restaurants there. You get 50% off the food there. So whenever I go, I can get 50% off. Um, if I host an event in their conference rooms, I don't have to pay for the conference room. That fee is waived. I just have to buy the food. So the food will run me for about 30 to 40 people, will run me about 350 to about $400, which isn't bad because it's plated food. So everybody, like, they can put their order in. It's not buffet style or anything. They get their plate of food and they have nice servings of food. So I think it's worth it. So that way, like the servers will come and give everybody their individual plate or whatever. Cool. I ain't got to worry about figuring out all that. Right. I think it's worth the investment, especially because I do host events, number one. And then number two, I want to host more events. So if I decide to host more events, really I'm saving money by doing the membership because I could do realistically, I can host at least 2 events a month. And venues are not cheap. Like if you want a nice venue, especially one that hold 40 people, you're gonna pay at least, I don't know. Let me see. Last time I hosted an event, you will pay at least $500-600 on the venue alone. And so since the only thing I would have to worry about is the food, let's say on the higher end I'm paying 400, maybe $500. Let's say on the higher end, I still am saving money because I can host more events because I don't have to worry about budgeting for the actual venue. I'm not paying $1,200, $1,500 a month on booking venues. And then also too, they don't have a time limit. So if I say if it's available, I can have it. So let's say I call, hey, I want this conference room for 6 hours, 7 hours. Oh, it's available. Great, you can have it. You see what I'm saying? So I can be there all day and like I can use it for multiple things. So maybe before my guests come, I can record videos beforehand. I can interview somebody, I can do a couple interviews and then the event start like a couple hours later. So I have plenty of time to do as much as I can in that time frame, you know? So I think that it's a great investment. And their bigger venues, the one that hold over 100 people are bomb. When I tell you bomb, it has like a 360 view of the city, has like they'll give you a bartender. It has like a bar. It's already decorated and themed and everything. Now, if you want to bring your own extra decor, whatever you can, but the places are so nice, the chairs, the tables, all that stuff, you don't have to get all, do all that. It's it's a given that it makes sense. And then they also have all these networking events throughout the month. So they have networking events at least 5, 6 times a month, which is great. And then they also have other events too. So, like the designer, he had a fashion show. And so they always have these opportunities to network and, see all these people and expose yourself. And then plus for me, because I want to interview more people, I think it's a great opportunity to be able to, like, get my name out there, interact with more people. Yes, you realize that very quickly, very quickly. And what's crazy is my friend introduced me because she said she was like, you know what, I want to take you to dinner at this place. Just hear me out. I want you to see it, check it out. I think you'll be a great addition here. I think you will really love it. And she's like, I see what you do. I see the work that you put in, and so I want to expose you to this place because I feel like this will be very beneficial to you. And so ever since I started going, because I go with her, mind blowing, eye opening, amazing, amazing experience. Excuse me. But yeah, being in those rooms is very important. 100%. It was so many people there. Um, it was so many people there, like all these, and it's funny because I love watching football, right? But sometimes it's so hard for me to put a name with a face or face to a name. And so it was so many pro football players there. First of all, I couldn't even recognize half of them, right? Because and so she like pointed all these people out, and I'm like, oh, that's great, I'm like, oh, hey, how you doing? Nice to meet you. Move on, And she's like a huge fan of some of these people. She's like, oh my god, it's blah blah blah. And I'm like, oh, that's great. Like I'm just happy to be here, Like to me, the networking is gonna come naturally. That's how I think about it. So I'm like, I'm not trying to force anything. I'm just gonna show up, smile, Hey, how you doing? My name is such and such. Like, hey, how long have you been coming to the Tower Club? Like just get my feet wet. But it was really great because everybody was so nice and welcoming and just they wanted to be there. It's very encouraging to be in those type of environments because you realize the things that you can accomplish in your life just by watching other people. And then another thing too is that some people have started with way less than what you've had, but have created something so great that their hard work is undisputed, you know? So it is great to be in those spaces. It really is. But I'm about to get off of here. I'm sleepy. It was so nice talking. It was so nice talking to y'all. Thank you for staying with me. How do you say it? Is it Kevy? Kevy? Am I saying it right? Thank you for staying with me. I really appreciate it. You've been rocking with me ever since I've been on. But yeah, I'm about to hop off. I'm definitely so my plan. Oh, that's another thing too, because I gotta write my monthly goals, like I talked about earlier. One of my goals is um I want to go live every day on YouTube for the next 30 days. That's one of my goals. So today was day one, and I'm really excited for it. So, but yeah, it definitely is a different type of motivation. Okay, is it? Let me try to pronounce it. Jacavis, Jakevis. Am I saying it right? Jakevis. Okay, good. Well, you can call me V. My name is V. Well, my name is Vernisha. My name is Vernisha, but everybody calls me V. Okay, bet. Good. I'm glad I said it right because I could butcher some names. Good. Yeah, I'm gonna hop off, but I'm definitely gonna be back on. I said tomorrow. No, today, because it's almost 2 o'clock in the morning right now. But I definitely want to go live again today. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. But yeah, I'll see you later today. I don't know what time. Maybe later on in the evening. I don't know. I'll probably end up going live multiple times today, if I be honest, because I got a little time on my hands, and plus I'm gonna be at home majority of the day doing my taxes and writing out my stuff. So I'll be talking. I'll be talking to you. But yeah, I hope you have a great night. Don't do nothing crazy. Have a great weekend. I'm gonna see you later. Good night.